Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crooked Hour. Today I'm going to be talking about Amanda Nunes' retirement and what it means for the women's bantamweight and women's featherweight division. I think it's a great thing, but I'm not going to talk about that first. I'm going to sort of talk about her retirement. And I do think it was a good thing she retired. Nothing against Nunes, but it's good to see a champion retire on top. I wish we'd seen it more. I know it kind of sucks because I want to see more of them and see what they do against, like, in 2 years, what women are going to be coming up in this division. The divisions might look completely new, might have new challenges. But I think this is the right choice for Nunes because she's done everything. She's beat every top contender, double champ, just won a dominant decision. It was the perfect time to retire. She didn't overdo it like a lot of these champions do. And forever she will be in that discussion. Like, say 5 years from now, we have a new dominant champion and people are going to be like, is this champion still better than Nunes? Like, is this champion better than Nunes? Nah, Nunes is still better than her. Like, you'll have these conversations of, oh, if Nunes was still around, would she beat her? I think it's a good thing to see. It was a wholesome moment as well to see Nunes retire on top and for her to actually make that decision to retire and focus on coaching and her own personal life. And she's financially free. She's the women's GOAT. And this performance really proved it to me. I know Irene Aldana basically did nothing, but Nunes still just put on a great performance, did everything right, schooled her, and scared her. She scared Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana was scared to engage. That was Nunes that did that. Nunes' presence is what scared Irene Aldana. And for Nunes to retire off a win is just a great thing to see. It was the right move. It was the right move. Will she come back? I don't know. I can see maybe in 2 years she comes back and fights whoever's the biggest name right now. Biggest name that comes over, I should say. I feel like that's a big possibility, but right now I think she should just take 2 years off at the least and kind of just see what life's like, see how the divisions unfold, because right now she beats everybody in the top 14 in the bantamweight division, and in the featherweight division there's nobody like Macy Chasson, Norma Dumont, Carl Rosa, Stephanie Edgar. Like, who's she fighting there? Who's she fighting there? So yeah, I think it was the right move. We'll see if she comes back eventually, but right now I feel like she should just take this time, and I feel like she will take this time off to kind of just work on her coaching and to work on her personal life and whatnot. Now, what does this mean for the divisions? It's great for the divisions. I'm sorry to say, but it's great for the divisions. As much as Nunes was a great champion, it's great for the divisions as in they're more competitive now. We more have better matchups. I think the belt will change hands more often. I feel we might have a new dominant champ come up. Especially for the featherweight division, I feel like this might be the revive, if any, for the featherweight division. I say UFC, bring a bunch of people in, a bunch of new names in the featherweight division, have a few fighters move up from bantamweight to featherweight, and go for it. See what these fighters can do. See who can work up to a title. See who's going to be the next champ. Put a title fight in for the featherweight division now. I don't care if it's against two people who don't deserve it. Book it against Norma Dumont versus Jocelyn Edwards. Just do it. Just do it. Like, what is there to lose? Like, it's going to be just a dead division if you don't just book a title fight. Like, book it on a title fight for like a co-main for a week of pay-per-view. Just throw it on there, even if it's not the co-main. I don't know if you can do that, but if you have a UFC pay-per-view with 2 title fights, just chuck it on the third slot as a title fight. Jocelyn Edwards, Norma Dumont fight for the title, and then you got some people coming up. Chelsea Chandler, you got Stephanie Edgar coming off a win. You got Aylin Perez, who's new, has a fight coming up. You got Daniela Woods, looked terrible against Norma Dumont. But you've got a few names, and I think just chuck a lot of people in there. And there's a few people in the bantamweight division that could probably move up too. A couple of the bigger ladies. One want an easy way to the belt now that they don't have to fight Nunes, I feel like it's a great way to open the division up more. And if I was a female fighter on the larger side, I'm like, this is the easiest way to get a belt right now. I can go up, fight Norma Dumont. Say, who do we got in the bantamweight division? Say a Holly Holm. She's not the biggest though. Like Raquel Pennington, a Juliana Pena. I know that they probably want that bantamweight belt, but they could just look at this featherweight division like, this is an easy way to get a belt. I'm a champion. It's going to be written down forever. I could be a dominant champion in this division. I think get some new names in the featherweight division, revamp it up, get a title fight, just going. Who cares who it's against? Jocelyn Edwards versus Norma Dumont. Just do it. I know that sounds ridiculous for a title fight, but just do it. Just do it. What else is there to do? It would be a good way to revive up that division, get some flow, just chuck some shit fighters in there, let them fight, find out who's good, who improves, and work your way from there. Now the bantamweight division. It's going to be a vacated title bout against Raquel Pennington and Juliana Pena, I believe. I think that's the fight to make, and it's a good fight. I don't care for the fight. I don't have a prediction for the fight yet, but that's the fight to make. That's if they don't want to move up. And then you've got a bunch of these people coming up who could fight for the title, especially soon now that they haven't lost to Nunes, because most of these people have lost to Nunes. I'm just going through the featherweight division now because there's not a lot of information on it. I'm not totally familiar with the featherweight division. Like right now in UFC stats, it just has the champion and there's no rankings because there's not enough fighters to have rankings. But I digress. Bantamweight, Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena for the title bout. Kind of get a new name. Juliana Pena probably wins. She's been a champion before. It'll be interesting to see her versus some of these other girls that are coming up. Like there's not a lot of names though. That's the problem with bantamweight. It's all like people who have been around for forever. Like Caitlin Vieira could come up and maybe get a title shot. I don't know. I feel like it just opens the divisions up a lot more for new activity. If UFC does it right, if they just go, all right, let's get a bunch of new names in, let them fight. Kayla Harrison. This is a great chance for Kayla Harrison to move over to the UFC and become a champ. She's coming off a loss. She could just be like, damn, I could fight Juliana Pena probably for a title shot straight away, or I could get thrown in there against Holly Holm, win, get a title shot in the UFC, become a champ that easily. Like, it leaves it open. It leaves it open for these new names, and I think we might see a bunch of new signings now that women aren't like, I can't beat Nunes. Like, I can't beat Nunes. What's the point of trying? I feel like it gives the women a lot more hope now, a lot more drive that they can go for that title because there's not a dominant Amanda Nunes who's stretched herself so far away from all the competition that it's like, I just can't do it. Like Irene Aldana, for instance, Nunes was just such a threat to her that she's like, I'm not going to throw anything. I'm just going to keep myself safe. Against another fighter, maybe she would have put on a more... Maybe she would be champ right now. If Juliana Pena was the champion, maybe Irene Aldana would be the champion right now. And I feel like if we do get a great dominant champion in the next 2-3 years, Nunes might look back and then we have a super fight on our hands. There's a lot of stuff that could happen here. In 2 years, 3 years, I could see a bantamweight, featherweight champion, somebody who we haven't even seen before in the UFC. It could be somebody on a lower, what do you call it? Promotion, on a lower promotion, that's the word, that just come up and into the UFC, boom. They're the champion. And that's exciting to see. It's not as stale as it is now. It's just a Nunes beating everybody. And she's the best to do it. I think it's going to be another decade until someone catches up to her, in my opinion, I believe. I think the next 3 years is going to be the belt swapping hands a lot until we get that next star that kind of is just a dominant fighter. Like, nobody in the top 15 right now talks to me as a dominant champion. Like, Juliana Pena, Raquel Pennington, Holly Holm, Caitlin Vieira, Irene Aldana, Yana Santos, Macy Chasson, Penny Kayanz. I don't even know who that is. Who the fuck's... I don't even know who that girl is. But anyway, I just wanted to say, congratulations, Amanda Nunes, for the retirement. Go enjoy your life. Go be happy. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. As wholesome and sad as it was to see her retire, I'm glad she did now. Before she started to get old, not in her prime, and started losing. She has lost a touch. I think we've seen that in her fight against Juliana Pena. She seemed to regain it though, but still, that wasn't a good sign. Maybe it was just an off night, but still, it wasn't a good sign. Like, I could not see the younger Nunes having that problem. And the fact that people, including myself, doubted her in this fight is just putting more to the fact that she has lost a touch. I feel like this will be a great way to open up the divisions. New girls, new fights, new title fights, new contender fights, new matchups. It'll be good. UFC should do it right. Get that featherweight division going and do it well. Anyway, everybody, maybe we'll see the return of Megan Anderson. Anyway, guys, as always, have a good one. Let me know what you think, what matchups you want to see. And yeah, as always, guys, have a good one.
Give me 5 minutes, I'ma pull up with like 5 niggas. Give me 5 minutes, girl, I'ma be right with you.